rotation.
Welcome to Key Rotation. I'm excited to be doing a sports talk show. I want to be trying to stay up to date with trending topics and what's going on in the NBA, NFL, college sports. I want to kind of go over everything broadly, make sure everybody's up to date, everyone's on the same track, and let's just get right into it. Every year, year in and year out, it seems like the Lakers are a middle of the pack team, but towards the end they go on a little bit of a run like they're doing right now, and they make us think this team's a contender. They have what it takes to win a champion. And then they go on the run, they go to the playoffs, they face a team like the Timberwolves, and then they get gentlemen swept 4-1. And I'm here to tell you, I think this year might be a different year. They're focusing more on Luka Doncic. They're realizing, hey, this is our first option. This guy's putting up 35 a night. He's getting 8 rebounds, 6 assists. We got to start doing something around Luka. They're putting those pieces together. They're 12-2 in their last 14. That put them right to third in the West. They're looking like a good team. Not only that, but now they have the best third option in the league. I'm not talking about Austin Reeves. I'm talking about LeBron James. You can't look me in the face and tell me LeBron James is still the first or second option on the Lakers. You just can't. He's too old. He's not playing like he used to. He's still a good player, great player even. He's still putting up 20 a night, still getting 6 assists. But you can't tell me he's the first or second option. Austin Reeves is too good of a scorer. Luka Doncic is just too good of a player to say either one of them are the third option. The real issue with this team overall is they just don't do a lot of things well. They're in the bottom half of the league on rebounds, assists, blocks, defensive rating. They're really just in the middle of the pack with points a game and steals. But where they're leading the charge is field goal percentage, true shooting percentage, and free throws attempted. I wouldn't scoff at any of those stats. This is a team that knows how to score the ball efficiently. JJ Redick's doing a really good job in putting this offense into positions that they can actually score the ball. The issue is when you have a player like Luka, your whole defensive identity kind of breaks down. He's a liability. He always has been in his career. I think he knows that. He can lock up when he needs to. Go watch the finals run they had just a few years ago. He doesn't try as hard in the regular season as he does when he gets to the playoffs. And can you blame him? But what he really lacks defensively, you wouldn't trade that for the world. The Mavericks made a terrible decision. They let him slip through their fingers because they thought they can win now with Anthony Davis. How many games has Anthony Davis played on the Mavericks? That was the worst decision a GM's ever made. I still can't believe it. The Lakers fleeced. That's besides the point. You can tell JJ Redick is trying to build around Luka. He's getting decent depth pieces to slot in all around. And I think right now, on this run that they're having, it's all kind of starting to mesh better together. And I just think come playoff time, when Luka turns into different Luka, playoff Luka, this team is going to be a lot scarier than we thought they were going to be in the mid-season point. The Golden State Warriors, the most coveted franchise in the NBA for the past 10 years, decided to build around a 37-year-old Steph Curry. And I know, listen, he's a small guard who can shoot the ball exceptionally well, better than anyone in the history of the sport. But to me, that doesn't excuse why you're building around a 37-year-old player. And this all started with James Wiseman getting drafted to the Warriors. They had the second pick in the draft. I think they told LaMelo Ball, hey, we're going to draft you. And I love the idea the Warriors had, right? You were going to pair up LaMelo Ball, Steph Curry. It was going to be great, but you were like, you know what, Klay Thompson's coming back. We don't need him. We're going to take this big from Memphis, and we're going to give him minutes. He's going to be a star. Total opposite happened. He didn't pan out in the slightest. And then you go, you know what? We're going to win without him. And you win without him. Congratulations. Jordan Poole is the next rising star. This is going to be great, all right? We just won a championship. He's going to be the next guy to take over from Steph Curry because he can shoot from anywhere too. And Draymond Green punches him in the face. Listen, you all know the path I'm going on. You trade him for Chris Paul. You get this idea that you can still win a championship, so still have Andrew Wiggins. You trade Wiggins, Schroeder, and Kyle Anderson for Jimmy Butler. I loved the move. I'm a huge Butler fan, And I still think it's going to be a good long-term move, but at the same time, Jimmy Butler's 35. What are we doing? And then they extend Draymond Green 2 years, $110 million deal. Am I missing something here? Are we building an elderly home in Golden State? Is there something that I'm missing? Because I'm super curious to know. Maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself. You still got Kuminga. You still got Moody. Oh, you guys are going to trade Kuminga for Porzingis. Okay. All right, and Buddy Hield, another one of the shooters that you guys got. All right, so are we just chalking this year up and we're just going to go on the next because Moody's out? I hope he gets well soon. I'm a huge Moody fan. That knee injury yesterday looked brutal. I don't know what it is. I don't think they've said it yet. Get well soon, buddy. Butler's out, knee. Moody's out with the knee. Steph Curry, I don't remember the last time he's even played a game. Maybe I'm wrong. He might have played recently, but it's not looking good for you this season. Are you going to keep Al Horford in the next season? Another guy that's pushing 40 years old. So you're going to have a 38-year-old Steph Curry, mid-30s Draymond Green, a 36-year-old Jimmy Butler, Porzingis, who's probably early 30s. And this is your team that you're going to go into with next season? To me, that doesn't make any sense. You had a bunch of young talent that you're moving on from for a about to retire Steph Curry because you think you can win one more. Was 4 not enough? I understand you want to win more, but at the same time, if you want to win more, you're going to have to keep building successful teams. You guys struck gold with the young core you had for the last decade, but that core, you're already missing one of the Splash Brothers, and the other two, they're at the end of their careers. You can't keep pushing this on forever. At some point, you have to let Steph Curry go to Charlotte. You gotta let the Rockets get Draymond Green, pair him back up with KD. We all want to see it. The Warriors need to move on. Long story short, they need to move on from Steph Curry. You can't keep building around him and thinking that you're going to win a championship because at some point, he's going to get too old. Listen up, everyone. I got to get something off my chest here, and I got to let you know this right now. I don't care whether you like it or dislike it, but the NIL is ruining March Madness and maybe college sports in general. Yes, I said that. It's ruining March Madness. But before all y'all start screaming at me, oh, college players deserve to get paid. They deserve everything. Let me be clear in what I'm saying, okay? I am by no means against them getting paid. I thought they already were with the college tuition, but that's besides the point. They can get paid, but what's going on right now, that's defeating the whole purpose of what college sports used to really be. The greatest moments in March Madness all throughout were the Cinderella stories. You had Bryce Drew's half-court buzzer beater. You had Butler, not even that they were a bad team, but they made it and they were down to the wire against Duke. It was all about the little guys, the mid-majors, the unknowns, the teams that nobody cared for or believed in, knocking off these giants on the biggest stage. But now, you got a player in a mid-major school. He shows he can hoop. First year he's there. Poached, taken. Here's $2 million right on your head. He's gone to Kentucky. He's transferred to the highest bidder. So what are we basically watching? We're just watching a farm system from the mid-majors going to the richest programs in America. And to top that all off, we're forgetting about the chemistry. We're forgetting about the players that were there for 4 years, the Villanovas that thrived off of keeping these players all 4 years, building a real team and actually going out there and winning. But now, it's just a revolving door. Free agency is hitting college sports every single offseason. Just a few years ago, you had to take a gap year when you transferred schools. They didn't want you to play right away. Now, you get a couple $1,000,000, you play right away, you're in the starting lineup for like 26 minutes. How are we as fans supposed to connect with that? I understand it. Listen, it's still your team. It's still your school. It's still like you're showing this team off. But at the end of the day, you're just paying these guys. They don't care about your team in the slightest. They care about the paycheck that they're going to cash at the end of the night. And honestly, I'm going to say this because nobody else wants to. This isn't about player development anymore. This is all about the dollars. This is all about who's bringing it in And who's getting it? Who's got the biggest boosters? Who's got the biggest NIL collectives? Who can cash the biggest check? That's all that matters in college sports nowadays, especially football and basketball. This isn't even a competition anymore, it's just an auction. Who's going to pay the most to succeed the most? And when you're turning March Madness into an auction, you're losing everything that ever made that sport special. No more magic, no more underdogs, just money, and we're going to move players around like it's the G League. This is a semi-pro league at this point. And I'm sorry. I really am sorry, but to me, this is just not what college sports should be. But if you guys want to argue, go ahead and argue. I'm done.